France, the land of fine wine, exquisite cheese, and fashion so chic, it makes even the snails look stylish. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or a first-time visitor, this enchanting country offers an array of destinations that will leave you saying yes at every turn. So grab your beret, pack your appetite for adventure, and let's explore the top 10 places to visit in France, with a sprinkle of humor to make your journey even more delightful. Number 10. Marseille. Marseille, France's second-largest city and its oldest, boasts a history dating back to 600 BC. This vibrant port city is a melting pot of cultures, flavors, and sometimes slightly chaotic traffic. Start your visit at the Old Port, where fishermen sell their catch of the day and seagulls eye your lunch suspiciously. The bustling market atmosphere here is a testament to the city's rich maritime heritage. Take a boat trip to the Calanques, stunning limestone cliffs that plunge into the azure Mediterranean Sea, offering breathtaking views and adventure. Don't leave without trying bouillabaisse, a fish stew so complex and flavorful, it's like a culinary hug. Wander through the historic Le Panier district, with its narrow winding streets and colorful buildings, each corner telling a story of Marseille's diverse past. This city, with its unique blend of history and modernity, offers a true taste of the Mediterranean spirit. Number 9. Loire Valley. If you've ever dreamed of living in a castle, the Loire Valley is your fairy tale come true. This region is home to a stunning array of chateaux, each more enchanting than the last. Start with Chateau de Chambord, an architectural marvel with its distinctive turrets and double helix staircase, rumored to be designed by Leonardo da Vinci himself. It's so fancy, you half expect to find a hidden room full of Renaissance selfies. Next, visit Chateau de Chenonceau, an elegant palace that spans the River Cher, its arches reflecting beautifully in the water below. You might feel like reenacting a dramatic scene from a period drama, just don't fall into the moat. Each castle tells a story of French royalty, political intrigue, and architectural brilliance. Number 8. Strasbourg. Strasbourg is where France meets Germany, and the result is a delightful mix of cultures, architecture, and cuisine. The city's Gothic cathedral is a marvel of medieval engineering, and the astronomical clock inside is a must-see, especially if you enjoy watching a clock that's more punctual than your average train. Wander through the picturesque district of La Petite France, where half-timbered houses line the canals. It's so charming. You might feel like you've stumbled into a Disney movie. Just be careful not to burst into a spontaneous song about wanting adventure in the great wide somewhere. And don't forget to try some tarte flamme, a delicious Alsatian dish that's like a French version of pizza. But don't call it pizza, unless you enjoy watching the locals recoil in horror. Strasbourg's unique blend of French and German influences creates a city that's as interesting as it is beautiful, with a sense of humor as dry as a good Riesling. Number 7. Mont Saint-Michel. Mont Saint-Michel is like something out of a fantasy novel, and you half expect a dragon to be circling its spires. This island commune rises dramatically from the sea, connected to the mainland by a causeway that's sometimes covered by water. It's the perfect place to play out your medieval knight or fairy tale princess fantasies. Costume optional, but recommended for maximum Instagram likes. Climb the winding streets to the abbey at the top, where monks used to meditate and probably curse the never-ending stairs. The views from the top are breathtaking, and the sense of history is palpable. Just be sure to check the tide schedule, unless you fancy a swim back to shore. It's not exactly the leisurely dip you might be envisioning. And remember, if the cobblestone paths seem daunting, just think of it as a medieval stairmaster session. Number 6. Chateau de Versailles. Prepare to be dazzled by the sheer opulence of the Chateau de Versailles, a palace so extravagant it makes Buckingham Palace look like a quaint cottage. Marvel at the Hall of Mirrors, where 357 mirrors reflect your awestruck face and the occasional selfie stick. As you wander through the immaculate gardens, which are so perfectly manicured they'll make your backyard look like a jungle, try to resist the urge to shout, "Off with their heads!" If you visit on a weekend, you might catch the musical fountain show, where water dances to classical music. It's like a rave for aristocrats, minus the glow sticks, and plus a lot more powdered wigs. Just remember, when you're feeling a bit fancy, avoid making an impromptu declaration of your own monarchy. The French have a bit of history with that. Number 5. Lyon. Lyon is the gastronomic heart of France, And if you're on a diet, you might want to sit this one out. The city's traditional restaurants serve hearty dishes that could put hair on your chest, or at least add an inch to your waistline. Start with some quenelles, a type of dumpling that's so light and fluffy, it's like eating a savory cloud. Follow up with a plate of andouillette, a sausage that's not for the faint-hearted, unless you're into bold flavors and slightly odd textures. Finish your meal with some local cheese, because when in France, one must eat all the cheese. Number 4. Bordeaux. If wine were a religion, Bordeaux would be its Vatican, and the vineyards would be its cathedrals. This region produces some of the world's finest wines, and it's perfectly acceptable to spend your entire visit sipping, swirling, and spitting. Though let's be honest, swallowing is way more fun. Take a tour of the vineyards, where the wine flows like water, and your guide will inevitably tell you about terroir, as if it's the most fascinating word in the French language. Visit La Cité du Vin, a museum dedicated to the history and culture of wine. It's basically Disneyland for adults, but with fewer screaming children and more opportunities to get tipsy. Just remember to pace yourself. You don't want to be that tourist who tries to climb into a wine barrel, no matter how cozy it looks after a few tastings. Number 3. Nice. Nice by name, nice by nature. This glamorous city on the French Riviera is all about sun, sea, and seriously good vibes. Start your day with a leisurely stroll along the Promenade d'Anglais, where the Mediterranean waves gently lap against the pebbled shores. And no, it's not called the Promenade d'Anglais because the English like to walk there, although they do. For a dose of culture, visit the Marc Chagall National Museum. The artwork is vibrant and surreal, much like your sunburn after a day at the beach. Finally, indulge in the Naxwise salad, but be warned. Once you've tasted the real thing, your local deli's version will forever seem like a sad pile of lettuce. Number 2. Provence. Provence is like that picturesque postcard you receive and think, there's no way it looks like that in real life. Spoiler, it does. Imagine endless fields of lavender swaying in the breeze, a sight so stunning it might make you consider abandoning your job to become a full-time lavender sniffer. Visit the historic city of Avignon, home to the impressive Palais des Papes. If medieval architecture isn't your thing, just pretend it's Hogwarts and you're on a magical tour. And don't forget to try bouillabaisse, a fish stew so quintessentially French, it might just sing the Marseillaise to you. Between the quaint villages, the bustling markets, and the heavenly aroma of fresh herbs, Provence is a sensory delight. Just be careful. You might find yourself developing an uncontrollable urge to start painting everything in pastel colors. Number 1. Paris. Paris, the city where romance is in the air and baguettes are basically a food group. Start your Parisian adventure with a visit to the Eiffel Tower. Sure, it's a massive iron structure, but have you ever seen a more elegant pile of metal? Take the elevator up, or if you're feeling particularly athletic, climb the 674 steps to the second floor. Your thighs will hate you, but the view is worth it. Next, lose yourself in the labyrinthine halls of the Louvre. While you're there, give Mona Lisa a knowing nod. She's probably judging your selfie skills. Stroll down the Champs-Élysées, but beware of the prices. Even window shopping here might make your wallet weep. And if you're feeling particularly daring, try to order a coffee in your best French accent. It might just get you a smile, or at least a less confused look from the waiter. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this humorous and informative guide to the top 10 places to visit in France, please give us a thumbs up, share the video with fellow travelers, and subscribe to our channel for more travel tips and adventures. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on our latest content. Thank you for watching, and happy travels!